the only common denominator that I can see with this administration is whatever puts the United States in the most disadvantageous position. That's usually the one that they're going to go with. That's the only cohesion that I can see in all of this. And I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on this because I don't know who's driving this bus.
No, it's sad but true, like the song says. But I think the policy driver is this. It's the prevailing breeze. President Biden is a windsock for the prevailing left breeze. And wherever that wind is blowing strongest, because that's what the progressives are out there yelling about. We don't like Israel, or we don't like this, or we don't like that. That's what the administration is caving to, and caving to immediately, not any kind of fight that they put up. Oh, okay. Yeah, listen, our greatest friend and ally in the region, we'll just roll over on that. America being invaded, our border patrol having to back off of American soil, not even allowed to defend their own land. Okay, we'll just cave to that. Not giving any border patrol agents any overtime pay or anything like that, not letting them have the resources, chastising them for being on horseback and trying to keep people from illegally entering our country. Yeah, we'll get on board with saying they were probably in the wrong for doing that. That is what they were doing on every single front.
Yeah, and you, of course, obviously talking about the border and all the images that we saw from the Del Rio sector. It was crazy. We were hearing yesterday that, oh, well, the administration is going to be sending back a number of these Haitians, repatriating them, sending them back to Haiti. There was one plane that we know of that did land in Port-au-Prince, and apparently the pilots were attacked, and some of the people who were working the plane were beaten up. Someone was bitten. I saw some video. But by and large, apparently people have just been dropped off. They've been loaded onto buses, and it's a great optic for the press that's now all there, finally at the border. Everybody, I guess, got jealous of Bill Melugin and the coverage that he was getting. So now all the press shows up and they load people on the buses, and it looks like the buses are driving off to take people, I guess, to go back to, there's so many questions here. I guess they think that they're going to take them to the airport, flying back to Haiti, but instead what we've been learning is that they've dropped a number off in the Rio Grande Valley sector. They've dropped other people off. I mean, they've taken them from Del Rio, yes, but they've taken them to other parts of Texas, and then they get on other transportation and then go throughout the country. That's kind of a problem, especially, Congressman. We're told we're in a pandemic. If you want to come back into the country, you have to show your vax pass or show proof of a negative test or something. But if you were to just, kind of skip on over the dam down there in Del Rio, all's well and good.
Yeah, listen, if you helped America, you're definitely not going to have a good option to get in here through, say, an SIV applicant program. But if you want to come squat in America, hey, just come on over the border illegally and find a place to go squat. And by the way, you'll probably also get a lot of free taxpayer-funded medical care, free for you, not free for the taxpayer. They'll pick up the price for it. A bus ticket, a plane ticket, an allowance for you to go somewhere else, or at minimum, we're going to have to pay the cost for you to go all the way back to Haiti. But think about how much of an invitation President Biden really had to create for people to come into America legally for Haitians that are right off the Florida shore, right? I mean, in Florida, we're used to them trying to come over by boat, those from Cuba, those from Haiti, those from other places. They're going all the way over through South Central America, in some cases coming through Brazil, Colombia, other places, you name it, all the way up through there, because the cartels will take them through that. They'll pay the cartels instead of just crossing the water into Florida. That's how much of an invitation there is on our southern border, that they're making that entire trek across South Central in order to get into America. That's how open it is.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The number that apparently was under the bridge the other day, 14,800, there are towns in Texas that aren't even that big. I know there's towns in Florida that aren't even that size, 14,800 people. And I think of that group, only 500 were actually deported.
Yeah, we're told that the number actually is somewhere closer to 20,000. Mayorkas was on the Hill today, didn't tender a resignation that I know of to this point for what he doesn't believe is an absolute abysmal failure. I don't know how he doesn't see this as an abysmal failure. I think that probably Harris is going to try to find some more tax dollars to give away. And we know this for a fact. We're also on the Hill right now working on the National Defense Authorization Act and other pieces of legislation that literally have dollars in them to move towards amnesty, to move towards green cards for those coming into the country illegally through reconciliation and these other things that are going through the Hill process this week. So it's not surprising whatsoever. And it shouldn't be surprising to anybody that pays attention to politics after what you've seen with DC statehood and changing of voting laws and a number of different efforts, that probably sometime between now and November of 2022, you will see a massive effort to do a massive amnesty program for all of these folks that they are letting in illegally, not just Haitians, but those coming in from across South Central.